Welcome to the Build Your Private Practice podcast, a space for Canadian therapists who want to support others, make an impact, and build a sustainable practice that works for them too. I'm your host, Liane Wood, a registered psychotherapist, group practice owner, and business mentor, and I'm here to help you build a private practice that allows you to keep doing the work you love without burning out. Because the people who need your help the most are counting on you, and you deserve a practice that supports you while you support them. Let's dive in. This episode is brought to you by Jane, a practice management software and EMR I use to help keep things running smoothly behind the scenes. When I first started looking for a practice management tool, I wanted something that felt like a teammate, not just more tech to figure out. And that's why I switched to Jane. One of the things I love most about Jane is their support team. You get unlimited help from real humans, even on Saturdays, by phone, email, or chat, all at no extra cost. It's easy to learn about Jane in your own time, too. Jane's guides are packed with helpful tips and updates, and it's always growing. And maybe best of all, Jane has a wonderful community of practitioners. So even if you're running a solo practice, you don't have to feel like you're doing it alone. If you are curious about what Jane can do for your practice, head over to jane.app/demo. And if you're ready to get started, use my code BYPP2MO for a 2-month grace period on your new account. Welcome to the Build Your Private Practice podcast, a space for Canadian therapists who want to support others, make an impact, and build a sustainable practice that works for them too. I'm your host, Liane Wood, psychotherapist, group practice owner, and business mentor, and I'm here to help you build a private practice that allows you to keep doing the work you love without burning out. So here's the question I want to start with today. How do you know your private practice is actually set up to support you financially? Not just keep the lights on, not just staying busy, but actually meeting your income needs in a way that is sustainable. Because being fully booked doesn't always mean you're financially stable. And if you've been feeling like you're doing all the right things, but still not seeing it reflected in your bank account, then this episode is especially for you. We're going to be talking about how to forecast your income in a simple, grounded way and what changes you might need to make to move from uncertain to sustainable. So, I want to start with some real talk. A full caseload doesn't automatically mean that you're earning enough. In fact, one of the most common struggles I hear from therapists is I'm working all the time, but it still doesn't feel like enough. And that makes sense. Because if your session rate is too low, if you're doing a lot of unpaid admin, or if you have too many sliding scale clients, or if you're constantly dealing with cancellations, it's no wonder things feel tight. And so here's how I want you to think about it. First, get clear on your monthly income goal. What do you need to earn to pay yourself, to cover your expenses, and still have a cushion? Just for argument's sake, let's say that that number is $6,000. And now let's take your full session fee. Maybe it's 150 a session. If you divide 6,000 by 150, you get 40. So to hit your income goal, you would need to deliver 40 full fee sessions in that month. So that would be the baseline that we're working with. Now, if half of your caseload is sliding scale, or you're waiving fees for missed appointments, or you're not billing for the 2 hours you spent in consultations or writing reports, then that number starts to slip. So let's look at a few practical ways to plug those leaks. First, let's talk about admin time. If you find that you are regularly writing letters or reports or doing lengthy phone consults and you're not being paid for that, then think about how you could be compensated for that time. And you don't have to feel weird about this. You are offering a professional service and it takes time, energy, and expertise. It's okay to have a set rate for documentation and reports and consults. Add that information to your office policies, add it to your consent forms, and go over it with new clients so that they all know what your fees are and what you charge for. Secondly, let's look at your cancellation policy. First of all, do you have one? And do you follow through with enforcing it? It's absolutely possible to be a compassionate, caring therapist and have boundaries that protect your time and income. A clear cancellation policy helps both you and your clients. It builds mutual respect and it encourages clients to prioritize their therapy sessions. Now, if you've been inconsistent about enforcing a cancellation policy, here is your permission slip to start. Thirdly, I want to talk about sliding scale and pro bono spots. I fully am in support of accessible care. And your practice needs to be financially healthy in order for you to offer accessible care. So if your generosity is putting your practice at risk, it's not sustainable to keep doing things the way that you are. So here is what I recommend. Decide in advance how many low fee spots you can truly sustain in your practice. Maybe it's 2 per week. Maybe it's 10% of your caseload. Whatever it is, that's your boundary. It allows you to give thoughtfully and intentionally without depleting yourself or your practice. Okay, I just want to shift over to something else that a lot of therapists overlook, and that is client retention. If your calendar is full, but clients are dropping out of therapy early, if they're canceling often, or if they're ghosting you after a couple of sessions, that is going to affect both your income and your reputation, not to mention your client outcomes in therapy. So I want to encourage you to begin tracking this, not from a place of judgment, but from a place of curiosity. Get curious about finding out how many of your clients are completing their course of therapy and completing their treatment plans. How many of your clients are ending therapy early? And on average, how long or how many sessions do clients complete with you? If you are seeing a lot of cancellations or no-shows or early drop-offs, ask yourself, is this a systems issue? Is it a policy issue? Or maybe is there something clinical that needs attention? Sometimes a few small tweaks, like clearer expectations, stronger onboarding of clients, or even reminder systems can make a huge difference. Now, finally, here is the habit that I want you to anchor this whole conversation in, your CEO hour. I want to invite you to set aside 1 hour each week to look at your numbers. Check your revenue in your practice. Look at the cancellations. Look for patterns in your caseload. This does not have to be complicated, but the act of paying attention is powerful. Because once you start tracking things, you can start tweaking and adjusting things. You can make more informed decisions, and you can start to build the kind of practice that's not just meaningful, it's also sustainable. Okay, friends, I know that this was a deeper dive than usual, but I hope it gave you a new lens to look at your practice through. Remember that your practice should support your life, not just your clients. And if you're ready to create a steady stream of full fee aligned clients in 2026 without relying on referrals or running yourself ragged, I want to invite you to check out Accelerate Your Practice, our signature program designed to help you build income stability and fill your schedule with ease. You can find all the details online at buildyourprivatepractice.ca. Thanks so much for listening, and I'll see you next week. Thanks so much for tuning in to the Build Your Private Practice podcast. If today's episode resonated with you, I'd love it if you'd subscribe, leave a review, or share it with a fellow Canadian therapist who needs this. And remember, the work you do matters. Keep showing up, keep holding space, and keep building a practice that works for you. If you're looking for practical tools or support to grow your practice with more clarity and confidence, head to buildyourprivatepractice.ca. There's lots waiting for you there. I'll see you next time.